Try harder, Vorn. It's try harder, everyone.
Nah,
Get
I'm
it
stealing stuff.
fucking right.
Wow. Passion.
Knick-knack, Vorn, Seki, Realm, go. For free talk, and we'll pull something from the hat. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be terrible.
Who knows?
Watch it be yours.
I mean, my tastes are pretty shit.
I maintain that my tastes are cultured.
Oh no, I maintain this I have the standard. Everybody's tastes are shit.
Well, I disagree. Either way, does anyone want to talk about? Does anyone have like a topic that they want to bring up that we didn't already bring up? I mean, I don't necessarily. Like I said, it didn't make a huge impact on me, and it didn't make the series better to watch the rest of season 1. So on the whole, for me, it wasn't something I'd watch again, and it's not something I would recommend at the moment. And also, the most telling point of my judgment on any anime, I will not be going into the fanfiction archive on
it. Well, so we can ignore Seki. Seki's completely wrong here. Well, fuck her. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We love you. Mostly. A little bit. Seki. I actually really like the politics of this series. There's a lot of political, and I brought it up in the last one as well, but since it's more of a free talk here, I do want to bring up just how much like political like allegory, like you don't notice it till you've seen Hamilton. But I feel like there was a lot of parallels to multiple different, like I saw some parallels to the American Revolution. I saw some parallels to like the Japanese occupation with America occupying. Obviously, that's the entire theme of the show is America occupying Japan. The entire point of the show. But it's got a lot of that. And unfortunately, I can't quite get into the political philosophy of the show because that doesn't matter till season 2.
Yeah. Before we really get there.
Oh, this is so painful. I feel pain knowing there's stuff I want to talk about but can't yet.
So, Rome, do you have anything you want to talk about?
Get there.
Not particularly, no. Just like,
actually, I have a question, Rome.
Yeah.
You were generally positive on this show, right? At the end of the first set?
Yeah.
Did this make it better for you?
It like improved it mainly because it already like episodes 1 through 12 were more like a base, and then season like this second half of the first season like really just elevated it up above, made it better.
Okay. I was just curious because I know Knick-knack and Vorn's thoughts.
All right, Vorn, do you want to go? Do you have any extra thoughts on this?
I like it. It's like a build-up in form of a pyramid, which is the reason why I liked season 2 the best, because like right at the end, it's very tippy tip of the pyramid.
I'll say this.
Glorious.
Code Geass season 1 and even season 2, but we're not talking about season 2 too much here. It does do build up pretty well, I think. It does build up to good finale, and it knows how to do the plot structure, I think. Something I've seen other anime attempt and do a shit job at.
Yeah.
It knows. Okay. Realm, you brought it up earlier. Cliffhangers. Cliffhanger endings. Yeah. Those are fun. I remember when I first watched this show, like this stretch of episodes, like before we started the next one. That's why I got through it so quickly, is because every episode basically ends on a cliffhanger on a like, I want to see what happens next. Seki, you're allowed to be wrong and we'll still love you.
Actually, are we going to show her like some of the Akio fight scenes?
That's up to you.
I don't think I'm going to put it in the movie, so I'm definitely going to put it in season 2 eventually.
Yeah. Then you can leave it for then.
Okay. Yeah.
Let my feelings evolve on this anime without outside influence and see what happens.
Well, no, Akio's the side story. So
I know, but that's what I mean.
Okay.
I'm not gonna.
Don't throw me into something in the hopes that it'll make me like the rest of it better.
No, you just said you like the mix of like Transformers more, and like Knick-knack was saying.
Yeah, but I don't mean. I don't. But that doesn't necessarily mean that, like, for example, I like the Transformers storyline, right? Like, I think Transformers has an okay storyline, but like, the mechs look cool. This is like the 9-year-old boy inside of me is just like, oh my god, that looks so awesome.
See, you do that. It doesn't make sense. You love the mech designs, but I think you've specifically expressed that you're not a fan of mecha anime.
I'm actually really not. I generally don't like mecha anime.
God, Sechi's weird and wrong about everything.
There's a difference between
contradiction.
okay, but there's a difference between like how like a piece of art looks, right? Like I have art pictures on my walls, right? And arguably, I would say, right, these two are the same character, right? And I personally think that is way cooler looking than like the straight design, you know?
So where are you going with this?
Is that I don't necessarily have to like the show or anything. I can just like the art or the design or the way something looks, you know? Part of the reason why I love, controversial opinion. My favorite Transformers movie to watch is Transformers 4. Because in Transformers 4, the Transformers themselves look a lot better. Like the actual way that they look, to me, looks a lot better than the way that they look in the first movie. And that's outside of the storyline. Just outright, I like the designs better for movie 4 versus movie 1. So I like mech designs, but I don't often enjoy mech shows because they tend to be overly political and sci-fi based. And I'm not a fan of those two genres in general.
See, this is where Seki and I differ. Politics is like my crack cocaine when it comes to shows.
Yeah. And I really like the fantasy element of like a mech suit. Like that's a very fantastical idea. But you know, the mechanics of people inside it and wars and politics influencing it makes it a lot less fun for me.
So you're saying is you like the idea, but you don't like typically where the execution goes.
Yeah, it's the execution for me is too real world in a lot of mech shows and not fantastical enough. Like,
what would be something that you would like to see in a mech genre that isn't what you said?
I wish I could see a mech show, right, where the mechs and like what they're doing isn't based on the politics of like two empires fighting or something, but it's something more along the lines of like a quest storyline or just something fun, or these people who like build mechs and they're like doing stuff in them. Or like being superheroes in mechs, but not like the political implications of like having to think about government and who's controlling you, and you know the government is controlling these ones and that ones, and you have to do this and you can't do that. You know, that takes away the fantasy of the mechs and makes them more like a war machine than a fantastical element of like amazing art.
Okay. I see where you're going with this.
And I honestly, if I'm going to watch like war machine related stuff, I'll watch a documentary on World War II or World War I. It's so much more interesting to watch real world war stuff than animated war stuff for me.
Yeah, the problem though is that mechs are just that more powerful than anything else.
I know.
It's the only genre I can... Otherwise, you'd have to watch a show that happens to have a mech in it, which I have seen some.
Yeah,
and we'll probably end up watching one at one point for this.
And I have genuinely tried. You know, I have like just tried to like watch mech shows, but I always drop off after a couple episodes because politics gets involved, and then
that's the best part, though.
It links
Knick-Knack can be wrong. We'll still love him.
I don't know. I think I've got everyone else on my side in terms of politics being in shows here.
I like to read into stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot to analyze, a lot to relate to. Like, it gives you a lot to think about. Whereas the real world stuff, you've already thought about it 1 billion times over.
I don't know. It's just not as interesting to me. I say you know that I like more fantastical elements, and the more political and realistic a show gets, like. The problem with a lot of mechs is that I could think realistically that like if we had mechs in 50 years, this is what the world would be like, and that sucks balls. That sucks fucking testicles.
If you do think about it in real world terms, it would suck. Yeah. But come on, this is fantasy. We're a vicarious observer.
But it doesn't feel fantastical because it's almost.
Because it's not supposed to be fantastical. supposed to be real world, and the drama comes from the fact.
You just said it was fantastical!
Did I?
Yes!
Yes, you did.
Okay.
My thought is enjoy it while we can still have fun with it, not before the world goes to shit.
I don't know. Maybe I'm a little too cynical about like politics and shit.
Oh no, I'm probably more cynical than you are about politics. I just try to enjoy the fake politics.
You're
because
cynical.
I can enjoy that without having to realize, oh wait, the world is fucked. Woohoo!
I don't want to think about that. Excuse you, I'm going to call myself out here. I use fantasy as escapist literature.
I do too, because guess what? In these all political shows, there is an out. There is no out to real life. These political shows will have an ending, and they will get out of the situation they're in. We're never getting out of the political hellscape.
Yeah, which is why I don't want to think about. That's why I don't like to think about the politics from this shit, because it's.
But you got to look for the end. You watch in hopes that they'll find some way to end it.
But
that
I
one
know
day
they're going
Cersei
to.
will die, and you'll no longer see giant massacres of people.
But I know it's gonna happen.
Snap back to
No,
reality.
that's
Oh,
what
there
we're
goes
looking forward to.
gravity.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's just my opinion. That's why I don't like watching mechs, but I like designing and looking at mechs.
Because isn't that like also like a very similar like plot element to like the Gundam series or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gundam's big on like war and interplanetary politics,
Mm-hmm.
which is why I've never made it past the original Gundam. I did watch the original Gundam. It's fine. Like I don't particularly like the mech designs, but that's because they remind me of the old Transformers designs, and it's just not sophisticated enough for me to like the art of it.
All right. Well, I think we've done a lot of rambling on mech and realistic shows. We still have quite a bit more to do.
Yeah.
Don't end the recording. This is the last
I wasn't
section.
gonna end it. I was just gonna pull it up so I could press end when we did.
Okay.
It's not pulled up.
I guess let's move on. We'll have a talk no jutsu or something about realistic shows, and we'll kill each other on live there or something like that. So I guess final thoughts, and if you're gonna give a score, give a score.
Oh, am I gone?
Someone start.
Give a score.
8.5 out of Lelouch.
Okay.
Okay. Well, then probably.
Wait, I hope you realize, Harrison, I'm imagining 8.5 mini Lelouches standing on each other's shoulders.
Yes, that was my goal with this.
Okay.
With that description.
All right, good. And they've all got like that look that he has on his face, but it's
That
like
smug,
cheesy, so it's like,
that smug sheen when he's giving you the
Yeah.
look.
Oh, there actually are chibi art
Yeah.
styles of this.
oh, there's
Oh,
chibis
those
and
are
everything.
really nice. Yeah.
Either way, you're rating?
Oh, 9 out of 10. Yeah, 9 out of 10. We really see a lot of build up during this. And the cliffhanger at the end is kind of like just draw you into next season, which I really do like. So yeah.
So Seki, do you have a rating, or you want to go ahead and give this one a?
I mean, it's like a 5 out of 5. It's not a failing score. Failing score would be
You
like
said a
4.
5 out of 5. I'm happy with that score, but I think you aren't. That's not what you meant at all.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
And
5 out of 10. Not
5
a
out
failing
of 10,
score.
if we're talking classes, is a failing score.
That's an F. That's an F, Seki.
30 is failing. Because I don't think it's fair to judge it if we're talking about like American school, because
Yeah.
it's 70, 80, 90, and then failing below
Oh
that.
no, I agree.
So I wouldn't give it like a 7, but in Japanese schooling, 30 is a
Trust me,
fail.
when I rate these anime, I rate on the Mal standard, so 5 out of 10 is not a bad score at all.
Yeah,
by
so
Mal.
I
It's not
think
a good score, but not a bad score.
I think I'm gonna base a lot of my ratings in the future on like Japanese schooling. So like a 3 is like failing for me.
I'll actually go over the
I've
Mal
always
scoring with you
enjoyed
guys one of
that.
these days, show you guys the standard, because I think that it really fits the scores we've been giving. So we'll go over that later.
Like a 5-ish. It's not great, but I didn't hate it, and I wouldn't tell anyone not to watch it.
Wait, you guys haven't been doing Meow Score? I thought.
I've been doing
What
Mal score.
was?
I've just kind of been saying whatever.
Actually, fun
Oh.
fact, since I started doing Mal, I've been doing it live as we're watching the shows. As I watch an episode, I log it into Mal, and once I'm done, I give it the rating in Mal before I say it on show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my new thing is going to be like a 3 is a fail and a 7 is a really good grade. So a 5 is like median.
All right,
That's my
so
judge.
if you couldn't tell from my fucking hot take earlier, I give this section a 10 out of 10. No mistake. Nothing wrong with it at all. Absolutely nothing wrong with it like, at all, right? I mean, that's the... come on, you can't say it. There's no problems with the with some of the characters being pointless or some of the exposition drowning on a little bit too long. No problems at all. 10 out of 10. Let's go.
Oh wait, I actually
Yay.
want to add in that like this show kind of actually exemplifies the eventually there will be stupid things happening, no matter even if you are smart or if not.
Stupid things tend to happen to smart people.
Yeah.
Well, even dumb people get some smart
No,
stuff.
smart people make dumb decisions.
Smart people are only smart till the first stupid thing happens to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they're as dumb as the rest of us, but in a different way.
Dumb, 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 dumb,
They
dumb.
realize it though.
Dumb.
Some dumb.
That Jenga tower is going to last really long until you pull that one last piece.
It's like, oh fuck. I
Oh
don't
God,
got anything
Code
else.
Geass is not a game of chess, it's a game of Jenga.
Jenga.
On that note, remember to try harder Oh, wait, no, we still have to pull from that.
Oh fuck. Oh.
Pull from the hat. Pull from the hat. Who gets their series this week?
Brett gets to pick.
Oh.
Hold
come
on.
God damn it! I haven't had a chance to pick a series in forever.
Nick Nat gets to pick.
Someone, Realm, thrown the wheel at her. She made a mistake.
I fixed my mistake, so fuck you.
And
I
you
get
still
the
took
pick.
The wheel.
We're watching Fate Zero, I think episodes 1 through 15.
1 for 15.
Yeah.
Isn't Fate Zero like 1 for 12?
There's 24 or 25 episodes, but 1 through 15 concludes an arc, and I gave Seki the choice of finishing the arc versus finishing the
1 through what?
1 through
15.
15.
Yeah, 1 through 15. Okay.
Alright.
Seki really didn't want me to get pulled from the sounds of it.
I don't want to watch Fate. I don't want to watch Fate.
Yeah, Fate Zero's not that bad. Especially
With
since we
that
watched
being
the
said,
first
try
one.
harder, everybody.
You try harder, Seki.
Yeah, you need to.
What do you mean I need to? Fuck you.